about the offensive performance from Angel Reese last night. Keyword, offensive. That is the only kind of offense that Angel Reese is capable of performing. Offensive offense. But I'm not just talking about the self-proclaimed villain, which, by the way, I thought Angel Reese was dedicating this season to winning. I thought she was focused on carrying the Chicago Bravado to the promised land of golden toilets and bathrooms with running water.
But not when you got Angel.
It's not just about one game. This is what happens when hype meets reality. Was it tension boiling over karma catching up, or has the spotlight finally started exposing the cracks? Angel Reese was humbled by her own teammate Kamila Cardoso, not a rival, in a moment that left fans cringing. One brutal play, one silent sideline, and suddenly Miss Bayou Bari looked more like a bench warmer than a star. In any case, it was embarrassing.
Kamila Cardoso, she is fed up with the Chicago Sky experiment. Tyler Marsh, once again, salute to you. You are doing the rest of the league a favor. This point forward experiment, this Ariel Atkins trade, this has done nothing.
The court is being handled by Kamila Cardoso, but her true play is now being perfected while she runs away from Angel Reese. Honestly, who can blame her when you're forced to share a court with someone who is more interested in showing off for the camera than completing plays? You managed to safeguard your own goods. Cardoso came to the WNBA to win, not to see a social media personality dress up as a power forward. Angel Reese is making that almost impossible.
Seems like Kamila Cardoso is done with Angel Reese, man. Angel Reese is up there mucking up everything, guys. I've been telling y'all. There's only so much masquerading you can do. There's only so much you can hold up this facade. And in this video,
Cardoso must bear the burden of someone who insists on calling herself a star while playing like an understudy in every game. There are obvious instances on the court where Kamila chooses to drift toward teammates who truly understand ball movement, rather than running the pick with Reese. When you're trying to build chemistry and rhythm, the last thing you want is someone stealing the show while sacrificing efficiency, and Cardoso is aware of this.
I'm struggling to understand the end destination of this journey. I'm struggling to understand the winning that Angel Reese is talking about.
Because Kamila is always recalculating how to stay productive while avoiding Angel's ego parade, you can see it in the hesitation, the awkward passing decisions, and the complete breakdown of any synergy between the two. What's worse is that this isn't just a personality clash, it's basketball suicide. This is why Chicago's offensive rhythm has gone and their spacing has been destroyed. Every time Angel blocks the lane with her erratic footwork or demands the ball at the top of the key to block a mid-range shot, Cardoso is forced to retreat. It's a tactical retreat rather than an emotional one, but it's killing the squad.
And Angel Reese, girl, you gotta rebound harder. Yes, I know you had a double-double, you had like 11 rebounds today, but you could have had 29. Like, you could have had 30, so sometimes the ball is just coming past you, you're just standing there. Girl, the fashion show was before the game. And the last one is also for Angel Reese. Look, if you're the big star, if it's supposed to be a rival between you and Caitlin Clark and y'all the two big dogs in the league, then you need to put the team on your...
Even their transition game suffers when Cardoso runs down the court anticipating a lob or a lead pass, while Angel continues to struggle with her dribble close to half court. What exactly is the plan here? Kamila is purposefully outrunning her own teammate because she would rather take her chances alone than wait for Angel to decide, or worse, lose the ball. Fans can see it, along with the body language that shows that Kamila is no longer concealing it. Eye rolls, blank stares. The chemistry isn't just strange, it's radioactive. During timeouts, quickly turn away from Angel's direction. It's becoming painfully obvious that Kamila is simply counting down the minutes until the front office realizes what everyone else already knows. That's resignation, not just irritation. She didn't sign up for this clown show. This pair is unable to work together.
It looks like she cannot play. I'm sorry, bro. She's not good. She's not good. She looked like she don't have the hunger. She don't have the want to. She don't have the drive. She don't have that dog in her. Bro, I watched Aaliyah Boston dog walk her ass up and down the floor and she wanted no parts of it. I watch her tap out on a nightly basis. She don't want it, bro. She don't want it. Let's be serious. Y'all drafted a bust. Y'all drafted a bust.
However, while Kamila is quietly attempting to save her own career by avoiding Rhee on the court, Angel is doing everything she can to make the Chicago Sky the most dismal team in the league. Oh wait, you can actually put 3 straight losses on her. That is a pattern, not a coincidence, and that pattern portends catastrophe. You would think that Angel Reese, the self-proclaimed queen of the post, was allergic to scoring goals in the paint because she is missing layups like it's a sponsored deal. It's becoming absurd now, and even the rim is attempting to separate itself from her shooting attempts. The flopping open looks bricked so hard that they ought to have a construction permit.
So lads, today I'm in my green Snuggie. I'm in my green Snuggie because it was we got to talk about the meme. The meme. I'm not even going to call them a basketball team right now. I'm going to call them a meme that is Chicago Sky because it's actually getting ridiculous. It's getting absolutely ridiculous.
Angel somehow managed to look as though she was playing in a completely different league. Not the pinnacle of elite basketball excellence, but rather the junior varsity team that got lost on their way to the gym against the LA Sparks, who, let's be honest, weren't just limping. They were practically crawling onto the court without not 1 but 2 of their star players. The Sparks essentially threw a lavish party, gave Chicago a silver platter, sprayed it with glitter, and exclaimed, "Here you go, don't mess this up. No thanks, I'm fine, but I'd rather practice my missed layup routine in front of a national audience." This wasn't just an off night, it was a masterclass in how to fumble the bag, Angel replied, blinking at the sparkling opportunity. She wasn't just missing shots, she was missing the entire moment due to a public primetime breakdown of confidence, coordination, and common sense. The timing couldn't be worse, as Chicago desperately needs a big win to gain momentum. Angel's performance seemed more like a warning than a contribution.
The Chicago Sky just lost to the Los Angeles Sparks by a score of 91-78. And let's be serious here. Y'all lost to a Los Angeles Sparks team that are playing without 2 starters. Y'all lost to a Los Angeles Sparks team that's playing without 2 starters. The Chicago Sky, listen, man. Y'all the worst team in the league, bro. Like, let's just stop playing games. This ain't even let's be funny. I'm not even joking. I'm not smiling. I don't have a single joke for you. The Chicago Sky is trash. You guys are trash.
This wasn't a downturn. In front of thousands of spectators and cameras, it was a sobering reality check that turned what should have been a simple victory into a humiliating performance. One thing became painfully obvious tonight: hype is loud, hustle is silent. The first quarter began when Angel Reese somehow fumbled 3 uncontested baskets in less than 5 minutes. These are the kind of shots that high school benchmarks could hit blindfolded with one hand after spinning around 3 times, but Reese turned them into masterclasses in missed opportunities. She dribbled straight into defenders like they were invisible, spun blindly into double teams like she was filming a mixtape, and constantly ended up coughing up the ball or throwing it at the backboard as if it had personally offended her Sparks.
Sparks look suspect a little bit in that first half, but then they come out in that second half ready to roll. Here's the thing, this is a team that is playing without some of their players. They are playing without Ray Burrell, they're playing without Rickea Jackson, and of course they're playing without Cameron Brink, who...
Even though they were missing some important players, the Sparks appeared to be the team with something to prove. They outshone her and gave the impression that she had shown up for a professional game by mistake, thinking it was an open gym. By halftime, the momentum had completely changed, and it was Angel Reese who had the worst plus-minus on the court. A cool, self-defeating -3, not quite the stat line you'd expect from someone who has been promoting herself on social media as the next Lisa Leslie. Where was the dominance, leadership, and poise that she had promised in every post-game? Soundbite? All we got were heat-check shots from a player whose hands couldn't have been colder if she had submerged them in ice. And when the pressure really began to build, she disappeared like a magician's rabbit. There was no rally, no spark, just radio silence from the self-proclaimed Queen Classic, Angel.
Shots a game, bro. What is going on in Chicago, bro? What is going on in Chicago, bro? I know everybody we enjoy it, yeah. When Angel Reese get the missing the layups, we clown. Yeah, we get our
Even her defense, if that's what you call it, was absurd. The Sparks bench players were passing her with a single dribble and a fantasy. At times, she didn't even lift her arms to block shots, and her lateral movement appeared to be televised. With a 10-second lag, every time Reese demands the ball at the elbow to throw up another brick, you can almost hear the crowd's collective eye roll. The Sky slows down to a crawl when she checks in, and it's not just about shot selection, it's also about morale. What are those tired legs already? The season just started, or perhaps that's just the diva energy finally catching up to her conditioning. And let's talk about the impact on the team. 3 matches, 3 defeats. Angel's post-game demeanor is all smiles and cryptic Instagram captions as if she just dropped 40 and carried the squad. But in reality, she's posting double-doubles and missed shots and defensive lapses. This isn't a slump, it's a collapse in real time, but she still acts like the lead character in a movie that everyone else has already left. Statistics don't lie, but Angel Reese can make him look good.
Like, I don't give a fuck 17 rebounds, Angel, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck about that, bro. Real shit. Like, you gotta get better, bro. Like, you gotta get better, bro. Like, all them smoke layups, bro, is terrible. Like, that shit is, it don't even look like you looking at the basket, bro. It look like you throwing up shit, hoping it go in. Like it don't even be looking like you know how when you do a layup, you put the ball where the ball, so the ball can.
Fans have begun to notice that social media is changing. The same platforms that once crowned her queen are now dragging her play as if it were a bad reality show, with videos of her missed bunnies and defensive outbursts going viral more quickly than her pregame outbursts. Despite this, it seems as though Angel genuinely thinks she is doing everything correctly while everything around her is collapsing. And let's not forget the mental side of the game, where Angel is nowhere to be found when the Sky needs a lift. To regain momentum, no fire, no leadership, only ambiguous motions and hesitant claps. It ended precisely as it began, poorly, and not just badly, but pathetically in the last quarter, still within reach. And what does Angel do? Airballs. That's not a star, that's a spectator wearing a shirt back to that Sparks game. It's skill, it's leadership, but that's how you lose games. In 2 minutes, a hook shot fumbles a rebound out of bounds and commits a sloppy foul that gives LA gift-wrapped free throws.
Game 3 for us. Okay, we are still 0-3. Whereas the Los Angeles Sparks, who we just got defeated by, are 2 for 3. Okay, so they won 2 games and lost 1. This game concluded, guys, with the Los Angeles Sparks, the winner, having 91 points, whereas us, the Chicago Sky guys, we only had 78 points. I gotta give credit where credit is due. The Chicago Sky overall, we have improved, okay, since being defeated by the Indiana Fever, and then of course the other day, us getting defeated by the New York Liberty, okay? It could have got really, really bad for us. Even though this is still, in my eyes, this is considered a blowout. Okay, we lost by 13.
But even beyond the stat sheet, it's the aura that's changed. The Chicago Sky coaching staff looks like they're trapped in some kind of hostage situation. They're baiting her into bad shots and sagging off her knowing that she'll pull the trigger, regardless of whether she's hit a shot in 15 minutes. You can see it in their faces every time she jacks up another low percentage shot, but they can't bench her because they have too much attention, too much pressure, and too much ego. They keep rolling her out in the hopes that she will live up to the hype for at least 1 game, but she won't, because this is who she is right now, a player who talks like a legend and plays like a liability, until the Sky figure out how to navigate around her, or let's face it, they're stuck in a free fall they might never recover from.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I root for her, and I want to see her win, even more than I want to see Caitlin Clark win. I'm not even gonna lie, folks. Not because of even racism, but just because of how she's talked about in certain circles. Like, some people talk like she don't even belong. This is why I want her to win. But I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I fuck all the highlights that they show when they in the off season. She gotta come back with a real package, bro. Like, that layup package, folks, like, that she got, them smoke layups.
Kamila Cardoso is aware of this. The league and the fans are aware of it, as Chicago collapses beneath the weight of Angel Reese's missed shoots and non-existent defense. She is the only person who is still living in total denial. Angel exudes confidence as if she were the star of her own Gatorade advertisement. No accountability, no urgency, only the attire for the game. This isn't leadership, it's a hallucination wearing nice sneakers as Kamila works tirelessly to retrieve items and recycles, catchphrases, and empty celebrations after a pointless bucket. Angel is pursuing influence rather than rebounds. Every game is like an Angel Reese show episode. And for the Chicago Sky, it's a tragic comedy with lots of bloopers and no wins.
That's what we've been doing all this. We've been having all this back and forth. We've been having all this back and forth over that, over that. That's what we've been comparing to Caitlin Clark. That's what we've been comparing. Are you serious? Are you serious? Man, stop playing.
The WNBA isn't impressed by Instagram captions when the team is struggling and you're still posing for the camera like it's fashion week. Maybe you're not an athlete anymore, maybe you're just a brand, and brands don't carry teams or lead comebacks. They just get exposed one missed layup at a time. At some point, someone has to say that being popular on TikTok doesn't mean you're performing well on the court.